think your opponent's respected 3-point shot out there?
On the opponents, I ain't really, you know me, I ain't never really looked at that. So I always had confidence in my shot. I always believed I could shoot. Just making shots now, I guess.
LaMelo, when James Borrego said, he said there were some concerns when they initially started scouting you, but then they went out to LA and they noticed that confidence that you had when they went out and saw you. And he said, I'm not worried about it anymore. It's just there's a confidence about him. I'm just curious, did anyone ever try to change your shot? And did you deflect that and say, or did you always stick?
Man, definitely. It's a ton of stories for real. Everywhere I went, they usually try to change my shot. But like I said, I always stick with it myself. I said, this is how I shoot. I'm confident in it. Feel good letting it go. I mean, came here, they low-key try to adjust it a little, but I was like, this is how I shoot. So pretty much my whole life just stuck with it.
Let's go to Nick Carboni.
LaMelo, during that draft process, I mean, how big of a focus was three-point shooting for you, and how big was that visit that they paid you where you were able to shoot in front of them and to kind of convincing them that they should pick you?
I wasn't really too big on it. Like I said, I always believed I could shoot. I always felt I could shoot. So I was pretty much just working on my game. And then when they came, it was pretty much like another workout, just working on my game. And then they saw it, and I was making shots. So that's how that went.
Let's go to Sam and then Richard.
Hey, LaMelo, congrats on the win. That's 2 straight games. You guys gave up less than 100, just 7 points there in the fourth quarter. Defensively, I mean, what is kind of driving this team right now where you've been so successful on that side of the ball?
Pretty much we just all locking in, bringing a lot of energy. The first 3 quarters, we didn't really get how we wanted to be. The coaches wanted some stops and more stops, but then fourth quarter, we all locked in, and that's what happened.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I'm done?
Richard, we go now. Richard.
Richard Walker, CarolinaSportsHub.com. LaMelo, the alley-oops that you threw to Miles had a small margin of error, and yet they seemed to get through the defense. I mean, is that more chemistry, a gamble on your – were you sure they would work? Because there's one that if you watch the replay, it's almost impossible that it got through 2 and maybe even 3 defenders. But like we've said before, you guys have had a chemistry from the start. I mean, did you think there was much risk involved in a couple of those?
No, I don't really think we think like that. I mean, it's just me and MB. We got a lot of trust in each other. So usually when I see him rolling, he always tells me you can throw it. And then usually he just does the rest and go gets it. So it's much love.
Let's go to Mike Solarte.
Hey, LaMelo, what is it about your game over the last week, 2 weeks that is really starting to feel like home for you? It seems like you're really settling in. Is it being able to start? I mean, where are you finding your comfort right now?
Just as time goes on, I'm playing more basketball. I mean, getting into it. I mean, we had a long break with COVID. Now it's a new year. Instead, we still playing. So now I'm just kind of getting the rhythm.